Well, good evening to you, ladies and gentlemen. As our video camera starts to process a feed here, give us just a second and we'll get a picture to you on your viewing device in just a moment. We welcome you to John Wood Community College as we are here at Mountain Dew Court for the final night of the 17th annual Rumble on the River Shootout, where they get teams from across the river in Missouri and Iowa to take on some of the best here in the area from the land of Lincoln. Tonight's broadcast for you, it's the Palmyra Panthers, a record of 7-1, taking on the Griggsville-Perry Tornadoes with a record of 5-3. Should be a nice contest tonight. Both teams have a couple of standouts that we'll be excited to tell you about this evening as we get ready to go here from the Student Activity Center at John Wood Community College, way out on the northwest side of Quincy. You are watching the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. As we get ready to go, we'll tell you about some of the wonderful sponsors who bring high school basketball to you on our platform. And when we come back, we'll tell you and get you ready for this one. It's the Panthers and Tornadoes. Don't go anywhere here on Central Illinois Sports.
Are you looking to streamline your banking? Great Rivers Bank has just what you need with our streamlined checking and savings accounts. Earn high interest rates or get cash back on debit card purchases with your qualifying account. Plus, ATM fee refunds. Certain qualifications required. Call or visit our website today at www.greatriversbank.bank to get started. Great Rivers Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hi, my name's Sierra Burns here with Westtown Ford in Jacksonville, your low overhead dealership. We have new and used Lincoln Corsairs, Nautiluses, and even the Navigator. Come on out and see our new Lincolns for your next luxury vehicle.
At Logan Agri-Service, we understand your success starts from the ground up. That's why we've been your trusted partner in agriculture since 1962. From top quality seed and cover crops to fertilizer, crop protection chemicals, and petroleum products, we have you covered. At Logan Ag, we take pride in providing you quality products at competitive prices with service that exceeds expectations. Call us today at 1-800-LOGAN-AG or visit loganag.com.
Gobble gobble! I'm Casey French with Cascom. Thanksgiving is just around the corner and your house is going to be full of family, including in-laws and kids. You might just become the turkey if your Wi-Fi, or whatever the hip lingo the kids are calling it, isn't up to par. Call Cascom today and sign up for our gig services for only $99.95 a month for 6 months. Already a customer? Upgrade for only $109.95 a month. Dads who want the game as a side dish, you're welcome. Call today, 1-800-252-1799. And we thank you for trusting us with internet, cable, and phone all year long. Thank you from Cascom.
Cedar Lake Campground has been owned and operated by the Kramberg family for over 50 years. Located off of Highway 24 between Coatesburg and Camp Point, Cedar Lake Campground is a quiet family campground that you're sure to enjoy. With 60 RV spots with water and electric and our 5-acre lake, it's a perfect spot for a weekend spent fishing, spending time with family, and enjoying the great outdoors. Find out more about Cedar Lake Campground on Facebook or call 217-455-4602.
Here in Pittsfield, we're focused on maintaining a healthy, diverse economic base to increase opportunities for our residents. Economic factors greatly affect a community's overall potential, and we strive to continue our prosperous culture. The availability of both commercial and industrial employment centers and new lucrative entrepreneurship opportunities are major assets for growth and development here in Pittsfield. In addition to providing employment and income to people, Pittsfield also boasts several tax incentive districts to further facilitate economic growth. Examples of growth and success can be seen throughout Pittsfield. Pittsfield is located within Pike County and widely known for the abundance of white-tailed deer, and is also home to companies that have capitalized from the region's natural resources. Located over on Madison Street, Whitetail Properties is a major local and international employer that truly embodies the local and economic spirit of Pittsfield. State-of-the-art communications and telecommuting are available here. Be sure to catch their televised series throughout the week on the Sportsman Channel. Come grow and be a part of something great in Pittsfield, Illinois.
Welcome you back here to the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. Great Rivers Bank with locations in Pittsfield, Berry, Liberty, and Hannibal. Here to help you with your lending and personal banking needs. Friendly service and dedicated loan officers can help you through buying a home, opening a business, or making a deposit. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. Damon Emmerich alongside with Brian Shoemaker tonight here for this broadcast as the Palmyra Panthers take on the Griggsville-Perry Tornadoes here on the final night of the Rumble on the River here at John Wood Community College. For Palmyra, this is a pretty darn good basketball team. 7-1 so far on the season. And a team that fell short in the Monroe City championship game in overtime to the host school Panthers. This is a team led by a couple of talented seniors in the name of Hudson Bach, along with a name that some of us on the Illinois side of the river will be familiar with, Mason Smith, the former Western Wildcat, now at Palmyra, has had a pretty good start to the season, Damon. These are two very prolific scorers. We've seen a lot out of Mason Smith, and we see a little bit more of him now starting to grow as he is not depended upon as that number one scorer, and he's really excelling in the backcourt.
Yeah, Mason Smith has fit in very nicely with this Palmyra squad. Done a really good job. And, you know, Brian, with AAU basketball anymore, it doesn't take as long to acclimate when these kids play with one another during the summer. So it's been a beneficial move for Mason Smith, and it's one that head coach Brian Ray has not been disappointed in.
No, we talked to Coach Ray just a little bit before the broadcast started tonight. He said, you know, maybe, just maybe, I've got a little more skill than I did last season. And that's saying something because they had a very talented player in the name of Bear Bach who is now playing at Columbia College. And by gosh, that team was fast, they were big, they were balanced. And for him to make a claim like that, this Panthers squad might have a lot up their sleeve tonight that might cause some trouble for this Tornadoes team.
Yeah, they're going to do a good job, and we know with head coach Brian Ray, one thing that his teams typically like to do is they like to force teams into turnovers. They don't necessarily always pick up on a true aggressive full court, but what they do is they try to force you into the corners starting at about the three-quarter court, and they typically get a lot of points where their defense leads to offense.
We will step aside for a moment here on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. When we come back, we'll tell you about the Griggsville-Perry Tornadoes as we get ready for the Rumble on the River here tonight. You're watching it all live on Central Illinois Sports.
My name's Matt Keplinger. A lot of people call me Keppy. I've been a trainer now for 17 years. When we get the new hires come through the door, I try to treat them like family. This individual right here sent me this today. There's not too many men I admire I can't do it. There's not too many men I admire or that has made an impact in my life, but you've made that list. This is one of the reasons that I love my job, getting messages like this. When my life needed purpose, I chose Dot.
Hey, Abe. Hey, George. You know what? We love beer!
This election year, be sure to make the correct decision and vote jerseys. Over the last 4 years, we have helped put more money back in your pocket with our daily drink specials and incredible food deals. We have also made steaks great again with our partnership with GJY Beef Company. So when you are making your next dinner decision, make it Jersey's Bar and Grill in Camp Point, Illinois.
Aches and pains are a normal part of life, but when they become too much, we have a team of orthopedic surgeons ready to give you relief. The need for joint replacements continue to rise, and our team stays up to date with the latest technology and robotic solutions. Every step of your journey matters to us. And when life throws you a curveball, trust Blessing Health's orthopedics and sports medicine team to get you back in the game. We've got you covered from head to toe.
Fostered Farm Equipment has served our community since 1986, carrying the quality brands you know and trust. Now in our second generation, we are proud to continue our family's legacy of quality customer service from showroom to field. We offer new, used, and consignment sales, so whether you're working 1 acre or 1,000, we have something for every operation. Our customers work hard. That's why we work hard to keep America's farmer in the field and not in the shop. We look forward to serving our community and customers for decades to come.
Welcome you back here on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. If you're in the market for a new home loan, talk to the experts at Great Rivers Bank with locations in Berry, Pittsfield, Liberty, and Hannibal, serving the entire region and beyond. And hey, check out that online loan application tool at greatriversbank.bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. Well, a local team that we follow more often here on Central Illinois Sports is the Griggsville-Perry Tornadoes, a record of 5-3 so far in the season, coming off a loss Tuesday night to arch rival Pittsfield in the Big Pike County Showdown at Voschel Gymnasium, in a night where, quite frankly, the Tornadoes hit some free throws. It's a much different ball game. GP shot just 11 of 28 from the free throw line in a 6-point loss to the Saukeys earlier this week. This is a team, Damon, that is still kind of finding its identity after losing some big seniors last season, but we're starting to see some leaders emerge in the name of Garrett Woodward, who put up 20 points the other night over Pittsfield. The seniors starting to find some stride and really starting to play some good basketball.
Yeah, the Tornadoes had to develop a new identity this year as they lost a majority of their scoring from years past, and more importantly for them, they lost their leaders. So guys that had got some time on the varsity floor had not been counted on to develop that leadership and provide in the clutch moments somebody to step up. Garrett Woodward did all he could do against the Saukeys there on Tuesday night, but the Tornadoes are also struggling, Brian, with the loss of their 6'6 senior, Logan Finsick. A big loss for the Tornadoes as he's one of their best outside shooters. Does a nice job for them on their zone defense. He's a man that's hard to throw over, and the Tornadoes are hoping to have him back here at the beginning of the new year.
Missing Finsick with a concussion. He was also out for the Pittsfield contest. Starting to see some young names also emerge on this team. We'll talk a little bit more about them as the night goes on. Kids like Kason Brown, Quentin Booker, and others. Flint Kirk in the post will be relied upon for some strength and force inside for this Tornado squad, who might have a little bit of a battle tonight in the height department with Palmyra. We will step aside for another break here on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. When we come back, we'll get you ready for the Farm and Home starting lineups and the play-by-play for Palmyra versus Griggsville-Perry. Don't go anywhere. You're watching us live on Central Illinois Sports.
For delicious, authentic Italian pizza and pasta, it's Gianni's Pizza on the Square in Pittsfield. From delicious appetizers to a wide selection of specialty pizzas and pastas, Gianni's has something everyone will enjoy. Take advantage of the Gianni's Pizza Special, where you can order any extra large pizza and receive a free small one-topping pizza. For carryout or delivery, call 285-4002. That's 285-4002 for Gianni's Pizza on the Square in Pittsfield.
Shireman Memorials has been serving the area since 2014 with local and affordable memorial and specialty items production. Jason Shireman has over 20 years of experience and is committed to providing his customers with the best experience. With expertise in sandblasting, carving, etching, and design, you will be dealing with someone who has the knowledge and experience to make a memorial your family can be proud of for generations. You'll find Shireman Memorials at 1135 West Washington Street in Pittsfield and online at shiremanmemorials.com.
When you're ready to restock your pantry, go to Kay's Family Food in Camp Point, Illinois. Open 7 days a week, 7 a.m. through 8 p.m. Be proud, Camp Point area. Kay's Family Food is the only locally owned grocery store in Adams County outside Quincy. Delicious donuts daily, great lunch specials, fresh cut meats, fresh produce. Kay's Family Food are committed to the area and the school. When you support your local store, they can support you and your school and community. When you need to restock, think of Kay's Family Food, 593-6814.
Absolutely nobody wants to hear that on Christmas morning, but if you're shopping for kids of any age, your local Farm and Supply can help because we have them on sale. Wide variety of toys, including some of the trendy ones like Care Bears. We're bringing them back for under $13. Then Pokemon and Pokemon cards, they never go away. We got these under $5. Then all Hasbro games, board games are 20% off. That's fun for all ages and families. And take your pick from these huge plush animals. They're under $15. And yes, your local Farm and Supply does carry Squishmallows. These are under $12.
Welcome you back to John Wood Community College here at the Rumble on the River as we get ready for Palmyra taking on Griggsville-Perry. And it appears they're going to do the national anthem, and we'll step aside. You will hear it played by the U.S. Army Band on your television device when we come back. Starting lineups here from John Wood Community College. Time for the Farm and Home starting lineups. From snacks, hoodies, power tools, and lawn chairs, no other place has it all like your local Farm and Home supply, and no other time like the present to get stocked up, as Jack Frost will be here very, very quickly. Let's meet the starting five for Garrett White's Griggsville-Perry Tornadoes, 5-3 on the season. Starting at one guard, a 5'10 sophomore, number 3 is Brody Rush. At a forward, a 6-foot senior, number 5 is Flint Kirk. At a guard, a 5'8 sophomore, number 15, Cajun Austin. At guard, a 6'1 senior, number 23, Garrett Woodward. And at the other forward, a 6-foot freshman, number 32, Quentin Booker. It'll be Rush, Kirk, Austin, Woodward, and Booker for Garrett White's Griggsville-Perry Tornadoes. On the opposite side for Palmyra, 7-1 on the season, Brian Ray, the head coach, Mark Lickfeld, Curtis Stout, Cody Ash, Joe Baldwin. Along on the sidelines for the Panthers, let's meet their starting five. A 6'3 junior forward, number 2 is Luke Shepard. At guard, a 6-foot sophomore, number 11 is Hudson Bach. At guard, a 6'3 senior, number 22 is Mason Smith. At forward, a 6'4 senior, number 23 is Tate Hammond. And rounding out the starting five, a 6'3 junior guard, number 24, Ryan McKinney. It's Shepard, Bach, Smith, Hammond, and McKinney for the Palmyra Panthers. Palmyra will be in the home whites tonight with black numbers and letters. Griggsville-Perry in the road maroons, white numbers and letters with gold trim. Moving left to right on your viewing device. Palmyra moving the opposite direction. Brian Shoemaker, Damon Emmerich on the call tonight. Eric Lister helping us out running the camera. So if it gets a little off there, we'll hold him accountable. Should be a fun one here, a nice atmosphere and a nice crowd here on a Saturday night before Christmas. So glad you are joining us alongside here on Central Illinois Sports. It'll be Booker going up against Hammond in the center circle. The ball is up and tipped, and Palmyra will win the opening tip-off. This is McKinney with the basketball being guarded. GP comes up quickly for the double team. It's a cross-court pass over to Smith. He'll fire up a three and in. Mason Smith right off the bat, getting things going for the Palmyra Panthers with a triple. And Palmyra up 3-0 here in the early going. GP with their first offensive possession. It's Austin up to Booker, top of the key, over to Woodward on the right side. Man-to-man defense here from Palmyra. Austin, crossover dribble. Nowhere to go. Gives it to the freshman Booker. Austin in the corner, fakes the three. GP being patient here is now Booker gets it on the right side. Flint Kirk trying to spin in the post. Nothing there as they continue to work it around the perimeter here. There is a shot clock here tonight. It's down to 5 seconds. Driving in, Booker fires up a three, and it's off the right side of the rim. No good. Smith will get the rebound. Palmyra in transition. This is Bach with the basketball. Goes up. The sophomore goes coast to coast in transition, and Palmyra gets the early 5-0 advantage. Austin with the basketball. Booker up top of the key. Austin thinks about it. Goes to the right side. This is Rush. Drives in, goes up against everybody, gets blocked, and now Palmyra will come up with it. Panthers on the run once more. They get it quickly down into the corner to Smith. Baseline drive, one-handed pass inside to Hammond. He loses the basketball. Booker comes up with it. GP on an opportunity to run. And Booker will lose it, and it'll head out of bounds.
I think Booker might have gotten away with the double dribble before the ball went out of bounds there, Brian.
A lot of young kids on this Griggsville-Perry squad. Several of them have had success in the junior high ranks in the IASA state tournament here over the past few years. It'll be a steal now as Woodward comes up with it for GP. He'll try to take it in, bounce pass into Rush. He barely holds on to it, now gets it back to Kirk, and the Tornadoes will reset here with 6:20 to go in the first. High arching pass comes down into the hands of Austin. Woodward with it. Back out to Austin, just inside the 3 arc, and it's good. It's a 2-point basket for Cajun Austin. We saw the Griggsville-Perry junior varsity a lot during the start of the season at the Beardstown tournament. Cajun Austin, quite frankly, struggled to shoot. He started to find a little bit of a rhythm here as we've got into the season. Dump down pass into Hammond. Hammond gets it up. A nice little dish into the post. And a quick 2 for Palmyra. It's a 7-2 lead for the Panthers. Rush gets it to the timeline. Booker sets the pick on the right side as they get it down to Austin in the corner. What we have seen throughout this shootout, and you may see it on your viewing devices, there are 3 3-point lines here. The dark black line, of course, is the college men's 3-point line as Booker goes up with it, and he'll get fouled and go to the free throw line. And what we're seeing is kids think they have to be back that far. As Damon Emmerich will get the foul to you here.
Hammond's going to be whistled for the foul. That'll be his first team foul number 1 of the contest. Booker will go to the line to shoot 2 for Griggsville-Perry. Booker is a freshman for Garrett White's squad. We've seen him in the starting lineup most of the year. He hadn't started the previous 2 games, but he's starting tonight for his squad. They trail 7-2, 5:20 left to play here, first quarter action. Booker's first on its way, and it is off the back of the iron, no good. Mario Rogers checks into the contest for the first time for the Tornadoes. White back into the ballgame for the first time for Palmyra. Booker's second attempt is going to find its way down. He's got his first point of the night.
It's a 7-3 basketball game as we'll work to get the camera fixed for you. We apologize for the issues there on the Griggsville-Perry end. Palmyra with the basketball. Getting double teamed now is McKinney. Gets it back over to Smith on the right wing. He'll take a couple of dribbles, finds in the corner Hudson Bach. Nice little back jumper for Smith. It's no good. Volleyball attempt at the rebound comes back into the hands of Palmyra. Cross-court pass now stolen away by Rush. They were looking for Smith. Instead, he went too far into the lane. It's coast-to-coast on the larceny and layup for Brody Rush. And Griggsville-Perry gets back on the scoreboard. It's a 7-5 basketball game. 4:42 left here in this first quarter. In the corner, this is Bach. 3-ball from the left wing corner is good. Hudson Bach, he knows how to knock him down. 10-5 our score here. Hudson Bach had 17 last night as Palmyra defeated Menden Unity 64-45 in a pretty close first half basketball game. Palmyra clamped down defensively in the second. Woodward flies in. No call on the contact. Layup no good, and Palmyra will get the rebound. Smith throws it down into the hands of Shepard. Nice little quick movement here by Palmyra. Goes into the hands of Pierce White. It'll be a timeout after the basket, and we'll take it 2. Palmyra 12, Griggsville-Perry 5. We're right back your way here after this.
Are you planning on building? Let Pike County Lumber help. Whether it's big or small, we have everything you need. We carry all building materials like siding, roofing, cabinets, decking, doors, and windows, just to name a few. We also have plumbing and electrical supplies along with tools. From building your shop, your brand new home, or kitchen and bath remodel, Pike County Lumber is here to help. We're family owned for 3 generations. Pike County Lumber. For all your building needs, come see us in Pittsfield.
It's an Adams Fiber timeout for top-notch local computer sales and repair services. Adams Experts is your go-to when your computer goes down. Call 217-214-3423 for Adams Fiber. Griggsville-Perry with the basketball after taking the timeout. They'll work the basketball around to Rush. Gets double-teamed and hands it off to Woodward. Ball fakes right, drives in left, goes up with the runner on the right hand. It's good. Count it for Garrett Woodward. He'll go to the line for the old and one try as we get the foul reported to the scorer's table.
Foul's going to be whistled against White for Palmyra. That'll be his first, team foul number 2. Woodward at the line looking to complete the and one, as Brian told you, as Flint Kirk back into the contest for the Tornadoes. Booker takes a seat.
Moose Lodge 420, open in the square in Pittsfield. Check out the Friday meals at the Moose Lodge 420. New specials each week. The food's hot, drinks are cold at the Moose Lodge 420. Free throw's no good. Palmyra gets out in transition, and we're going to get a charging foul as Flint Kirk able to draw the contact, and it looks like Noah Williams will get the foul.
Kirk might have caught a break on that one, as that foul will be Williams' first, and it is the 4th turnover of the first quarter for Palmyra.
Let's see if Griggsville-Perry can make something out of the turnover as Woodward has it on the wing. Gets the pick from Kirk. Nothing on the rolls. They'll work it back to Hunter Brown, who recently checked in. Mario Rogers over to Woodward now. Drives back into the lane, picks it up free throw line, tried to toss it down into Rogers. Stolen away by Palmyra. Hudson Bach comes up with it. Over to Smith, now down into the corner. 3-ball up on the way is up and in and good for Ryan McKinney. Knocks it down from the corner. Palmyra with a couple of early threes here, and they re-extend the lead back out to 8 points.
Largest lead of the contest for Palmyra.
Palmyra does a nice job so far moving the basketball.
They've got shooters all over the floor as well, which allows for that spacing in the zone defense that the Tornadoes are running.
Hunter Brown's 3 is no good. Flint Kirk will check it back second chance opportunity. Rush will fire one up instead. His off to the right, and the rebound comes down into the hand of McKinney. Big long pass down from Smith into the corner to Bach. He'll step back into the three. Thought about it. Instead, they'll work it around the perimeter. Driving in, McKinney. Goes up with the right hand, no good. Rogers will get the rebound for Griggsville-Perry.
I like that three-point attempt on the last possession, though, for Rush. He's going to have to be willing to take that shot from the outside as he drives to the bucket. Might have gotten away with an offensive foul. Rush has another 2. He's got 4, and it's a 15-9 Palmyra lead.
2:18 left here in the first quarter in what's been a nice basketball game. McKinney thinks about the three. Ball fake. They work it back down into the corner to Bach. Cross-court pass back to Smith on the right side. He'll take one up from long range. It's no good. Bach gets the rebound for Palmyra. Another cross-court pass back down into the hands of Smith. Back to Bach. Cross-court passes abound here in the early going. They try to work it inside to McKinney. Nothing's there. Instead, it'll be Smith, top of the key, 3. Mason Smith, we've seen him do that a lot on the Illinois side of the river. Guess what? He can do it just the same on the opposite side of the old Muddy Miss. 18-9 our score. Woodward with the basketball down in the corner. Flint Kirk comes to the left side, sets a pick. Woodward will take the 3. It's no good, and the rebound comes down to the hands of McKinney. Panthers on the run. This is White with it. Up in the layup and good. Quick transition bucket again for Palmyra. It's 20-9. Everything going the way of the Panthers here so far. Knocking down threes, getting out in transition. That'll win you a lot of basketball games when it's working. Long 3 out of the hands of Hunter Brown is no good. Rebound comes down to Palmyra. We've said it. I don't know if it makes a bunch of difference, Damon. We are seeing kids that feel they have to be back behind that black three-point line. They've got about another 1.5 feet they can step in here.
Yeah, and it's a different shooting environment as well in this college gymnasium, a little bit more of an open background as Bach puts up the 3 for Griggsville-Perry. Woodward had his man sealed out, another man there. White gets the offensive rebound and the putback. White's got 6, and it's a 13-point lead for the Panthers. Tornadoes with the basketball, 30 seconds to play here in the opening quarter.
Brown with the basketball. He had a 30-point night against Hartsburg-Emden in the last game of the Beardstown tournament for Griggsville-Perry.
Williams will be whistled for the foul. That'll be his second, 4th foul of the quarter for the Panthers as Braden Lister checks into the contest for the first time. Cajun Austin back in for the Tornadoes as well. Woodward and Hunter Brown will take a seat. Brian Hunter Brown just struggling with confidence. We see him knock down some of those shots in JV games, but he just doesn't have that same confidence when he's stepping up onto the varsity floor. If he gets 1 or 2 of those shots to fall, things might open up for him as Lister will put up the 3. It's no good. Flint Kirk offensive rebound putback is up and good.
Well, you talk about some of these young freshmen and sophomores, Damon, that get thrown into the fire here quickly for Griggsville-Perry. No juniors on this squad at all for GP this year. Nice dump down into the hands of Hammond. It gets stolen away. Palmyra gets it right back, though, and a shot from Lehman at the end of the quarter is no good. It's Palmyra 22, Griggsville-Perry 11. We'll be back your way with second quarter play-by-play in 1 minute.
The Liquor Booth is your home for a huge selection of beer, wine, and spirits. The Liquor Booth has 2 locations in Quincy, 3520 Broadway and 1500 North 12th Street. The Liquor Booth, where it's always happy hour.
Kate Marable, real estate broker with Hometown Real Estate, would like to say good luck to all area teams and hopes everyone has a successful and healthy season. When you're in the market for a new home or would like to sell your home, be sure to call Kate Marable. Kate is a lifelong resident of the area and has experience in first-time home buyers, FHA, USDA, and VA loans. Call Kate Marable at 217-370-9809. That's 370-9809 for Kate Marable and Hometown Real Estate.
Palmyra leads Griggsville-Perry 22-11 after 1 quarter of play here at the Rumble on the River. Brian Shoemaker, Damon Emmerich, Eric Lister running the camera for us here this evening. And Damon, we're seeing Palmyra get out in transition very quickly, knocking down some long-range shots. And it's a pretty good basketball team that we're seeing them from the opposite side of the river.
Yeah, you can tell this is a very experienced Palmyra squad. And one thing the Tornadoes are going to have to do, the Panthers are having somebody leak out in transition. Anytime they get a shot up, they're going to have to get somebody back in order to prevent some of those transition buckets for Palmyra.
Griggsville-Perry will get the basketball to start our second frame as Rush with it tries to catch Woodward on the backdoor cut, nothing there, and they'll work the basketball over to the right side. Lister with it, gets the pick from Kirk, gets it down into Rush. His shot up, no good. The running rebound caught by Luke Shepard. Palmyra in transition. Working down the sideline here is Bach, talented sophomore. Nice ball fake. Drives into the lane, dumps it down quickly into Shepard. He'll get the finish. Shepard with the deuce, Bach with the dime, and it's 24-11. Palmyra on top on a run here.
Shepard's first two of the contest. Ties the largest lead of the night for the Panthers as Woodward attacks the bucket. Shot was up and no good. Mason Smith with the rebound for the Panthers. He quickly brings it into the front court.
Shepard with it on the baseline. Cross-court pass. Palmyra moves the ball quickly. Box three off the front of the iron, no good. And Lister will get the rebound for Griggsville-Perry. Austin with it back up around the perimeter. This is Woodward with it, top of the key, guarded by Smith. Griggsville-Perry, a little bit of that weave. Austin loses a handle on it. Now it gets stolen away. Smith with it on the run. Looks back, sees the defenders, and he'll lay it in for the quick two. It's a steal and score for Mason Smith, 26-11. Something we also saw him do a lot here over the past couple of years on the Illinois side of the river, Damon. Nice, talented ball player. Really an accomplished scorer at this point. Now starting to see him do a little more on the defensive end as we'll get a foul against Palmyra.
Honestly, Smith just looks more comfortable out on the floor, Brian, as the foul's going to be whistled against Shepard.
Checking in for Palmyra is number 4, Rayson Miller, the 6'1 junior guard. Quentin Booker will check back in here for Griggsville-Perry as the foul was on the floor. Lister will inbound.
They actually called that one against Mason Smith. That'll be his first.
Okay.
But he just looks more comfortable out on the floor, Brian, knowing he doesn't have to do it all. It's a nice find underneath from Lister to Kirk. Kirk goes up for his second bucket of the night. He's got 4, and it's a 26-13 Panther lead. 6:15 to play here in the first half.
You would find many nights to not give the hard-working award to Flint Kirk. As Rush got the steal. Tornadoes in transition, gets it up to Woodward. He'll get fouled and go to the free throw line. Will Garrett Woodward.
Looks like they'll get Miller for that foul. That'll be Miller's first, and it will send Woodward back to the line. Tornadoes just 1 for 3 from there in this contest so far.
As we step to the free throw line, we remind you about our friends at LSSD Trucking and 3D Leasing. 217-285-2808. Trucking for all of your needs. See the Dunham boys and their professional team at LSSD Trucking and 3D Leasing.
Woodward couldn't get the first to fall. He'll have 1 shot remaining with 6:08 to play here in the quarter. Off the back of the iron, no good. Rebound tipped around, and Quentin Booker will track down the offensive rebound. Griggsville-Perry will get a chance to reset the offense. Booker with it left wing, shot fake, kicks it out to Rush. He'll put it on the floor and get it back to Booker in the sideline.
Back to Woodward here, one of the rare players on this Tornado squad that has a lot of minutes after last year's team that is trying to reestablish itself after the loss of the Lipkeman twins, Michael Myers, and more out of that talented senior class, as we'll get a travel and a turnover here against Griggsville-Perry.
That'll be the 5th turnover against the Tornadoes. The Panthers with 6 turnovers in this one, but when they haven't turned it over, they've scored on the majority of their possessions.
Luke Shepard checks back in for Palmyra. Panthers basketball with 3/4 of the length to go. They'll meet some half-court pressure here in the hands of Brody Rush and Garrett Woodward. They work it over to the right side into Bach. Cross-court pass over to Pierce White. White with it, moving down is Shepard in the post. They'll get it back into Bach in the lane. They'll work it back around. 15 seconds left here on the 35-second shot clock. We have seen a few shot clock violations over the days here at the Rumble on the River. Not too many, though, as the kids normally like to shoot. Bach with it, corner 3. No good. Fighting for the rebound. Booker comes up with it for GP. 5 minutes to go. He'll push the tempo here for the Tornadoes. It's Woodward with it. Drives in between 2 defenders. Tried to dump it off to Kirk. Kirk thought he was going to go up with it, I think, Damon, and was going for rebound position, and instead it'll be out of bounds for Palmyra.
Turnover number 6 against the Tornadoes. The Panthers have the Tornadoes doubled up here in the first half. 26-13. 5 minutes to play here. First half action.
White with the basketball, guarded out by Woodward up top. They'll work it over to Smith on the right wing. Everybody gets overloaded here for Palmyra on the right side. Woodward get a hand on it. Smith will be able to chase it back down. And we're going to get a foul against Brody Rush on the contact.
That'll be Rush's first. That'll actually be the first foul of the ball game against the Tornadoes. And Brian, the best way to beat a zone defense is with quick passes, and we've seen the Panthers do that in this one. They've had very good ball movement, excellent spacing thus far. You can tell that these guys have played a lot of basketball together, and they have practiced how to beat a zone.
Bach with the basketball, gets it up Smith. Thought about a long three. Counted as a four-pointer if it would have went. Nice dump down into Shepard. He'll get the finish. Another fancy dime from Bach to Shepard. And Palmyra up 28-13 here on the PCRE Real Estate and Auction scoreboard. Booker with it. Drives into the lane. Goes up runner with the right hand. Rolls in and out of the rim. No good. Trying to get the rebound was Bach, and he will. This Palmyra squad primarily led in scoring by Bach and Mason Smith so far. Many of those nights, both of those guys in double figures and high double figures, as McKinney will take the long three. It's no good. It's a fight for the rebound. Booker able to wrestle another one out. That one gets stolen away as Smith got his hands in the passing lane. He'll go baseline. He'll get fouled by Lister on the baseline foul.
That'll be Lister's first, team foul number 2 of the quarter against Griggsville-Perry. 3:47 to play. Hunter Brown back in. Lister will take a seat for the Tornadoes, as White will be the inbound man underneath his own bucket for this Panther squad.
High pass into the backcourt. They'll work it down. Lucky bounce there for Palmyra as McKinney was in the right spot at the right time. Back into the hands of Bach. Nice quick pass. Good ball movement here from Palmyra. Shepard couldn't finish. Got his own offensive rebound. The tip was no good, and Hunter Brown gets the rebound for GP. That ball just plays ping pong for Palmyra when they get to passing smoothly.
Seen this Panther squad play more man defense than you typically see Brian Ray's squad play.
Driving in is Woodward, and Smith will collect the foul for Palmyra.
That'll be Smith's second.
Coming back in for Palmyra will be Tate Hammond, as Shepard will make his way back to the bench for a breather. Not only do you get Brian Ray on the sidelines for Palmyra now, you also get Curtis Stout in the assistant's role now, Damon.
I've never been more insulted.
You know what? Somebody from Central Illinois Sports is here. But Booker drives in. But, having a guy like Curtis Stout on the sidelines with you really adds a punch.
It just helps with your game planning. You can have somebody on practice focus on offense, the other focus on defense. As Woodward's shot was no good. Booker got the offensive board. And back to Woodward. Corner three is up. Lays it short. No good. Bach with the rebound. Out to White, who's quickly into the front court.
Guarded by Rush on the right side. He'll get it back up to Smith at the wing. Nice pass down into the short corner. Up and under shot by Hammond. No good. Partially blocked. Booker comes up with it. Spin move, and they'll call him for the travel.
Turnover starting to mount for the Tornadoes. That's their 8th.
Sometimes playing just a little bit too fast, Damon.
Yeah, Cajun Austin will check back in for the Tornadoes. And taking a seat for the Tornadoes will be Woodward.
Believe this is the last ball game of the break for Griggsville-Perry.
They have a game Monday night, I think, against Greenfield Northwest.
Yes, thank you. They'll host Greenfield Monday night. After that, they'll hit the holiday break, and they will come back on a road contest on Friday the 3rd at Minden Unity. A team that is, at this point, surprised a few people, up to a record of 7-3 right now.
Looks like they'll get Rush on the foul. That'll be his second. It'll be a shooting foul. To the line for the Panthers will be Bach. Be the first free throw attempt of the ballgame for the Panthers as Bach gets the first to go. It's the largest lead of the night for the Palmyra squad. They've got a 29-13 advantage, 2:17 to play here in the first half. Woodward back into the contest for Garrett White's squad as Flint Kirk will take a seat. Bach at the line, second one for him is up, and it is good. Bach's got 7.
30-13, our score here with 2 minutes and change left in the half. Rush with the basketball to Austin. Quick pass to the top of the key to Hunter Brown. Flashing in as Woodward. Nothing there in the short corner as Booker moves into the lane. Stolen away now. Here comes Palmyra. It's McKinney with it. He'll get the steal and the slam. Ryan McKinney had hops. We apologize, young man. We were not familiar with your game. 32-13 on the big steal and a slam for Ryan McKinney. Damon, you used to have hops like that.
I did. Those little 2-foot rims.
You know, they all count the same. Yep. Woodward with the basketball on the right wing, guarded by Smith. Gives it back up to Hunter Brown. Tornadoes around the perimeter. Nobody in the post right now for GP. Rush with the basketball. Thinks about the baseline drive. Tries to spin. Almost gets stolen away. He'll come up with it. Gets it back to Booker without committing the travel. 1:25 left here in the half.
Tornadoes need to work on their spacing here as Booker meets the pass, puts up a shot before the shot clock expires. No good. Mason Smith with the rebound, and he's quickly into the front court for the Panthers.
Bach with it in the corner, thought about the three. Drives in. He'll take a short little jumper, and that's good. That's a shot that'll win you a lot of basketball games from Hudson Bach. Little short jumper from about 10 to 12 feet will do the trick. 34-13 with a minute to go here. Austin with the basketball. Booker now on the right wing. .15 left here on the shot clock as we approach the end of the half.
He touched on it earlier, Brian. A group that doesn't have a lot of RC experience as Rush attacks the bucket. It's fouled on the shot, and it's no good, but he'll go to the line to shoot two. And one thing that you'll see, the big difference between JV and varsity is your pass have to become more crisp. You've got to have more movement on the offensive end, and that's something that this Tornado squad is learning. And obviously, as we touched on it in the pregame show, it hurts with Logan Fensick on the bench as he's had a concussion. This is now his fourth full game that he's missed, so he sat out the last 4.5 contests as Rush first free throw attempt at the line for the Tornadoes was no good. They're now 1 for 6 from there in this one.
Well, Fensick just adds a little bit of opportunity to get the basketball into the short corner as well with his length, and of course he adds a little bit of length into that zone for GP.
And just the experience of knowing where to be. Bach puts it on the floor and he takes an extra step. He'll be whistled for a travel. That'll be a turnover against the Panthers, their 7th. Griggsville-Perry with the basketball, trailing 34-13. 28 seconds to play in this one, so the shot clock is off. They can hold for one if they choose.
They'll get it down to Woodward on the left baseline. He'll drive that baseline against Smith. Goes up, gets double teamed, loses his footing, and somehow manages to keep the ball in possession. Rogers with it with 12 seconds to go in the half. The old familiar GHS chant from the Tornadoes fans here in attendance tonight. Shot is no good. They'll get it to Bach. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Runner down into the post. This is Pierce White with it. Fade away at the buzzer is no good. And we've reached the end of the first half. We've reached the Little Jess Motors halftime show where Palmyra leads Griggsville-Perry 34-13 after 2 quarters of play. We'll step aside for a quick break and come back and tell you more about this one. You're watching the Rumble on the River live on Central Illinois Sports.
Your friends at Little Jess Motor Company are proud to sponsor today's halftime show. As you start to wrap up your presents at Little Jess, we're ready to wrap up the year. What better way to show your love than by giving the gift of a new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram from Little Jess? During the Wrap Up the Year sales event, you can save up to $10,000 on a 24 Jeep Wagoneer with select competitive model. Get a new $60,000 2025 Ram Crew Cab Bighorn for just $49,325. Looking for a new Wrangler to get you through the snow? Drive one for just $499 per month. Season's greetings from Little Jess, serving the Tri-States for 7 decades.
Are you short on time or budget, but your family is hungry? It's time for the Maya Authentic Mexican Restaurant in Pittsfield. Try the Maya Special, a crowd favorite. Delicious grilled fajitas, steaks, nachos Mexicano, salads in a tortilla bowl, the tastiest salsa and cheese sauce around, and the fastest service anywhere. You can afford it. It's the Maya Mexican Restaurant on Washington Street. Call ahead with your order and you can pick it up in the drive-thru 217-285-4526. The Maya Restaurant in Pittsfield.
At Farmers State Bank at Camp Point, we're proud to have been a part of our community for over a century, supporting families, athletes, and fans every step of the way. Just like your favorite Panthers team, we're dedicated to giving our best. With over 100 banks and ATMs throughout the area, we're here to help you on and off the field, no matter where the game takes you. So whether you're cheering in the stands, traveling to the next big game, or just supporting your community, trust Farmers State Bank of Camp Point to be with you all the way. Farmers State Bank of Camp Point, where tradition meets hometown pride.
For nearly 40 years, the Niebuhr Funeral Home has been serving our area with professionalism and compassion. This is our business, our hometown. You can be assured we take great personal pride in serving your family in your time of loss. We're locally owned. We're your friends and neighbors. We care about you and your family. Niebuhr Funeral Home, with locations in Pittsfield and Berry, serving our community with compassion and respect.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. You've heard that phrase many times. And Rod Prentice in Pittsfield, your State Farm agent, is the guy you can count on to be your friend and neighbor in the insurance business. He has a complete line of insurance available for you from State Farm Insurance. You can reach him at 217-285-6930. Our family trusts Rod Prentice with all of our insurance needs. Stop by their office on Washington Street and see the girls. And Rod Prentice, your State Farm agent, 217-285-6930.
Your Jeep, truck, and SUV are only as good as the tires and rims they run on. On or off-road, go full throttle.
The Farmers National Bank of Griggsville, with locations in Griggsville, Mount Sterling, and Pittsfield. Maybe you ask, why choose Farmers National Bank of Griggsville? The answer is simple. Local people, local decisions, and local commitment with local investments. We have many products and services to meet your needs. We invite you to find out more about us. Go to fmbgriggsville.com and explore all the services we offer. Visit any of our 3 friendly locations in Mount Sterling, Griggsville, and Pittsfield today. The Farmers National Bank of Griggsville, local people helping local people, member FDIC.
From bag to field to bin, Prairieland FS is your home for quality seed. We treat it right here at one of our local facilities, deliver it right to your farm, and then provide the propane to fuel your bins. Have confidence in what you're putting in your engine with our energy specialist. They're focused on maximizing power, fuel efficiency, and engine protection to keep you going. We're neighbors serving neighbors. Prairieland FS, your leading supplier of choice.
Welcome you back here on the Little Jess Motors Halftime Show. Little Jess Motors, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram in Quincy, Illinois. Family owned and operated. Their staff will make the car buying process simple and ensure that each customer's needs are satisfied. You can learn more online anytime at littlejessmotor.com or stop by and see them at 3431 Main Street here in Quincy. Palmyra leads Griggsville-Perry 34-13. After 2 quarters of play, Damon Emmerich has been keeping some stats, and he's got some initial numbers for you.
Well, after 1 half of play, Palmyra with the 34-13 lead. That 21-point lead is the largest of the ball game for the Panthers. They led after 1 quarter by a score of 22-11. 7 turnovers in the first half of play for the Panthers. 2 free throws attempted. They have made both of them. Scoring for the Panthers, 6 points for White, 2 for Shepard, Bach with 7, 2 for Hammond, McKinney with 5, including the big dunk, and Mason Smith leads the way at the half for this Panther squad with 8 points. For the Tornadoes, 9 turnovers in the first half of play, just 1 for 7 from the free throw line, so free throw shooting continues to haunt the Tornadoes. Scoring for the squad from Griggsville-Perry, 1 point for Quentin Booker. Woodward and Cajun Austin with 2 points apiece, and Flint Kirk and Brody Rush lead the Tornadoes with 4 points apiece after 1 half of play.
Palmyra on top big here after a successful first half of moving the basketball, shooting the basketball, and a lot more. Damon, I think we're starting to see why this Palmyra squad is 7-1 to start the season.
Yeah, they've done a nice job here. Really, the only thing that Coach Brian Ray can be upset about with his squad is a few too many turnovers. 7 turnovers in the first half for the Panthers. But the nice thing for them is, aside from Brody Rush's steal and layup, not really a lot of points off of turnovers for this Tornadoes squad. Whereas for Brian Ray's squad, what they've done a really good job of is they're getting out quickly into transition. And Brian, we've talked about it some throughout the first half, but doing a very good job with their spacing on the offensive end, spacing and movement. And those are the 2 things that will really cause a zone defense to not be successful. And when you're Griggsville-Perry, we've talked about it, Logan Finsick on the bench, trying to run a zone defense when your 6'6" man is on the bench due to that concussion. Griggsville-Perry doesn't have the size out there that can be as effective against a zone or against an offense when you're running a zone, especially with those quick passes.
We'll see what adjustments the teams make during the halftime break here, and we'll step aside for another break here on the Little Jess Motors halftime show. When we come back, we'll get you ready for the second half of this one, Palmyra and Griggsville-Perry. Don't go anywhere. You're watching it all here with us on Central Illinois Sports.
United Community Bank has been serving our community in banking since 1973 and is a proud member of the Pittsfield Strong United community. UCB brings you the latest banking technology, security, and convenience you expect, delivered with friendly local service you deserve from your community bank. UCB invites you to stop in for a visit at number 1 Professional Plaza in Pittsfield, or you can find them online at ucbbank.com. United Community Bank, the leader of community banking, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Sign up for a Saki Rewards debit card.
Stotzi Automotive and Tire, located at 201 Adams Street in Camp Point, Illinois, is your local automotive repair shop. Whether you need an oil change, brake job, alignment, engine repair, or new tires, Stotzi Automotive is here with honest and competitive pricing. Call Reagan and his team today to schedule your appointment. 217-740-5010. That's 217-740-5010 for Stotzi Automotive and Tire. Best Systems Auto Sales, located at 802 West Washington Street in Pittsfield between Best Systems Car Wash and O'Reilly Auto Parts, is the place to go for your next pre-owned vehicle purchase. Check out this deal from Best Systems Auto Sales. This 2019 Jeep Compass Limited is priced to sell at just $22,500. With only 29,000 miles, leather interior, and new tires, this vehicle is ready to roll off the lot today. Contact Best Systems Auto Sales to take a test drive. 217-939-7664.
It's time to be thinking about tax planning. You can count on Illinois FBFM for accounting, consulting, and tax preparation for farmers and businesses in Pike, Brown, and Adams County. Phone 217-593-7233. That's 593-7233. Illinois FBFM can take care of your farm accounting needs. Get your accounts in order for this tax season. Contact Jesse Shootman, Emily Matthews, and Kaylee Fessler. Illinois FBFM in Camp Point, working for you.
GSI Grain Bins. Maximize your profitability. From the initial site to developing your custom grain storage plan to the completion of the project. Mixer Lumber Company. We will be with you every step of the way. Mixer Lumber Company, your trusted GSI Grain Bin dealer.
Welcome you back here on Central Illinois Sports as we provide coverage from the John Wood Community College Rumble on the River here at Mountain Dew Court. You've got Mountain Dew Court at John Wood Community College, Pepsi Arena at Quincy University. The Gem City sure loves its soft drinks. And we, of course, appreciate Refreshment Services Pepsi, one of the great sponsors here on Central Illinois Sports as well. As we get ready for the second half here between the Tornadoes and the Panthers. It's been all Palmyra in this one so far, Damon. Griggsville-Perry's got to knock down some shots, got to take some opportunity on the turnovers they are able to get from Palmyra if they want to cut into this second half deficit.
Well, and like you touched on in the pregame, now obviously Griggsville-Perry just 1 of 7 from the free throw line in this one, Brian, so they wouldn't be in the lead if they were making their free throws. But Griggsville-Perry's got to capitalize on the opportunity to get easy points when they have it. And right now, down 21, you've just got to come out and try to find a way to cut into the deficit. Griggsville-Perry will be on defense first, as McKinney will have the basketball for the Panthers.
Griggsville-Perry quickly tries to jump trap. They'll reset as McKinney works to the left side. Far down pass into Smith. Goodness gracious. Toss that one just a couple of feet in the opposite direction, and Mason Smith might have thrown that down hard. Nice pass to start off the play here for Palmyra. It's 36-13. Booker with the basketball on the right wing. Drives in. Tosses it down to Woodward. Smith gets a hand in the passing lane. Woodward comes back up with it. Works it back to Rush at the top of the key. He'll drive in. Back to Woodward. 3-ball on the way is a little short. And a long pass from Bach down to Smith. Touchdown pass to Smith, and he'll get called for the travel as he was looking to make the extra pass. And instead it'll be two teams trading turnovers.
Smith thought he might have a chance to dunk it. Then he saw the open man streaking to the bucket. Thought he was a wide receiver and can laugh about it when you're up by 23.
Palmyra's pretty good at football too. Woodward with the basketball guarded by Smith. Gets the pick from Rogers. They'll work it around the top of the key. Booker over on the right side. Tornadoes loaded to the left. This is Kirk with it. He has not got a lot of touches inside tonight, is Flint Kirk. Driving in is Rogers. He'll get fouled and go to the free throw line.
Nice job there by Mario Rogers to put the ball on the floor and attack the bucket. Drew the foul against Shepard.
As he goes to the free throw line, we'll tell you about our good friends at Bowlers Universe. Come out and enjoy the fun at Bowlers Universe in Pittsfield. Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m., 10 p.m. Fridays, 11 a.m. to midnight. And Saturdays, 4 to midnight. Burgers, great drafts, fun, food, friends, the whole 9 yards at Bowlers Universe in Pittsfield.
Rogers gets his first point of the contest. Shepard was whistled for his second foul.
Mario Rogers, the 5'9 sophomore, eyes up the second. Out of the right hand, off the front of the rim. Kirk able to go up and get the rebound. Tries to give it back to Rogers. Instead, it'll be stolen away now as Luke Shepard able to get it. Tornadoes get it right back. Rogers with it. Two teams again trade turnovers here. Woodward with the basketball, drives baseline. A little bump. We still a play on. They get it back to Rogers, and he'll drag the foot, and it'll be a turnover on the travel against GP.
That'll be the 11th turnover against this Tornado squad.
Bach with the basketball. They'll get it into the hands of the 6'3 junior, Ryan McKinney. Palmyra ranked 8th in the December 16th Missouri Basketball Coaches Association Class 3 statewide poll. Into the hands of Bach. Drives in inside the arc. Nothing there. They'll work it back out. McKinney top of the key, excuse me. Nice dump down into the hands of Hammond. He'll go up, shoots, gets fouled, and he'll head to the free throw line for 2.
Kirk will be whistled for the foul. That'll be his first. Back to the line for the Panthers goes Hammond. First free throw attempts of the night in this one.
We've seen a nice job, Damon, of Palmyra getting the ball up on those elbows. GP brings that zone up just a little bit and leaves somebody open on that backdoor cut to get a shot opportunity down at the block as the first one's up and good for Tate Hammond.
Yeah, the Panthers do a nice job using that short corner and that little pinch post where you force the low man on the zone to come up and then they sneak a man behind. And they do a really good job with their passing as Hammond gets both of them to go, and it's out to a 24-point lead for this Panther squad, their largest in this one.
GP looking to get something going here on the offensive side. Woodward gets it over to Rush on the wing. Flint Kirk comes up, sets the pick. Back over to the left side to Woodward. His three misses the mark. Kirk gets the rebound, goes up with it, and gets fouled, and he'll head to the free throw line for 2.
Shepard will be whistled for his third. And back to the line go the Tornadoes. Attempts 10 and 11 in the ball game on their way. Kirk's first free throw attempts in this one. Kirk, one of the leading scorers for the Tornadoes with 4 points. Leaves the first one short off the front of the rim. As Shepard goes to the bench for the Panthers, Williams back in for Brian Ray's squad.
When you need concrete for your next job, give the guys at Pike County Concrete a call. 217-285-5548 for Pike County Concrete. Locations in Pittsfield and Jacksonville.
Kirk can't get the second to go. Rebound tipped around, and finally we're going to have a jump ball, and it will be Tornadoes basketball.
Just like sharing that old pumpkin pie, everybody wanted to get their hands on it, and will result with a jump ball. It heads back to GP. Checking in for Palmyra will be Jared Ridout, 6'1 sophomore forward. Where's number 0 in the program?
I believe this will be his first appearance of the ball game.
Rush with the basketball. Tornadoes down by a bunch, trying to close it out here in the third. Kirk with the basketball on the left elbow, gets tipped away. It's going to be stolen away. Smith gets it down to McKinney on the long pass. McKinney eyes the scene, goes up, tough take with the right hand, and good. Another turnover into points for Palmyra. They do a nice job getting those hands in the passing lanes. They've got the height and length to do it too. Rogers with the basketball, gets it to Booker on the right wing. Down into the corner to Rush. Rush goes one-on-one against McKinney, gets down into the block, nowhere to go, gets double-teamed, and now it's going to be a jump ball, as they say, hands got on it, and this one will go back the way of the Panthers. Nice move by Rush, just got caught up at the block with nowhere to go. Tried to get the defender up in the air, but a little bit of discipline from the Panthers defense prevents that. Extended pressure here now from Griggsville-Perry. Cajun Austin and Rogers up top on this zone. They'll get it into the hands of Noah Williams and across the time stripe. Back up top of the key, they'll get it into the hands of Mason Smith. His three no good. Fight for the rebound is pulled down by Braden Smith.
Checked into the ball game for the first time on the last dead ball.
Thank you, Damon.
Brother of Mason Smith.
Ball gets tipped away and stolen away for Griggsville-Perry. This is Rush on the run with it. Tornadoes on the attack, give it up to Rogers. He'll finish. And a nice opportunity there for Griggsville-Perry to transition turnovers into points. Smith with the basketball in the corner. Works it back up to Braden. Stolen away now by Flint Kirk. Tornadoes have numbers on the run. They'll get it up to Rogers. Not in the spot to get the quick layup. And Griggsville-Perry will reset. Rush steps into the free throw line. Shot off the back of the iron. No good. Fight for the rebound. Everybody's got a hand on it. Mario Rogers came down with it somehow. Nice job here on the past couple of possessions by Griggsville-Perry. Rush with it. 4 minutes and change left to go here in the third. Austin thinks about it. Nice ball fake. Gets it to the short corner. Toss up to the elbow to Kirk. His jumper no good, and Smith will get another rebound. Mason Smith, that is, for Palmyra. McKinney with it on the right side. Takes a few extra dribbles. Austin knocks it out of bounds, and will go back the way of the Panthers.
Braden Lister back into the contest for the Tornadoes. Kirk takes a seat. We'll also see for the Panthers, Bach and White check back in as Mason Smith and McKinney will take a seat for the Panthers. 40-16, Palmyra with the lead halfway through quarter number 3 here at the Rumble on the River.
White with the basketball, tosses it over to the left side now. Dumps it down into White again on the flash into the lane. Nice ball movement again from Palmyra. They work inside and out around the top of the key and then flash into the lane. They'll get the basketball into the hands of Noah Williams and we'll get a foul against Griggsville-Perry.
Foul will be whistled against Mario Rogers. Rogers first. Second foul of the quarter against the Tornadoes.
They'll get the inbound pass to Bach. Goes up to the left elbow. A high jumper against 2 defenders. That's a tough shot to make for Hudson Bach. The sophomore knocks it down. It's 42-16.
He doesn't play like a sophomore, Brian. Very under control out on the floor. You can see why Brian Ray has a lot of trust in that young man.
Rush drives in, kicks it back up to Austin on the wing. He'll drive in, 2 defenders in his way. Back into Rush. He'll go in, finds the open lane, goes up with the left hand, gets fouled, and Brody Rush will make his way to the free throw line.
That foul will be whistled against Braden Smith. That'll be his first. Rush, as Brian told you, will go back to the line for Griggsville-Perry. Rush with 4 points in this one. His team trails 42-16, 3:16 to play here in quarter number 3. First one from Rush is up and good.
McCartney Storage is located on the north end of Pittsfield. A great place to store your boats, RVs, extra vehicles, and more. And why not now? Because, hey, winter is right on the way. With affordable monthly rates, why look anywhere else? Call 217-248-0011 for McCartney Storage in Pittsfield.
Cade Lehman into the ballgame for the first time in this one for the Panthers. Rush gets them both to go.
Pierce with the basketball. Faces extended pressure here from Griggsville-Perry. Bach will work it across the time stripe now. Into the hands of Williams. Bach with it on the left side. One-handed pass to White. Brings it back outside the arc. 2:58 left to go here in the third. They'll get it to White inside the lane. Palmyra does a nice job flashing in quickly, gets that basketball, and they go right back out with it. Bach, fade away. That's a tough shot. Man, oh man, that's a tough kid. Hudson Bach with another nice shot on the little fade.
He's up to 13 in this one.
Rush drives in, kicks it out. Lister will take a long 3. His shot up and good. Braden Lister knocks it down from long range, and the Tornadoes stop the bleeding. It's 44-21 with 2:23 left in the third. White tries to get the pass. It's stolen away from Woodward. Tornadoes on the run. 3-on-3 here as Rush goes in through everybody. Scoop shot, layup, no good, and the rebound comes down to Noah Williams. He'll push it out to Ridout. Nice pass over to White. He'll go up quickly for the quick 2. 1 or 2 passes, and Palmyra has this basketball, Damon, 3/4 or all the way down to the block. They move the ball quickly in transition.
Keep their eyes up the entire time looking for that open man up front as Cajun Austin attacks the rim. Shot is up and good. He'll go to the line looking to complete the and one as the sophomores got 4 points in this one.
Checking back in for Palmyra will be Tate Hammond. Also checking in will be Ryan McKinney as Mario Rogers checks back in for Griggsville-Perry.
Mason Smith back into the ballgame as well for the Panthers as the foul was whistled against Williams. That's his third. Cajun Austin at the line. His shot is off the front of the rim, no good. McKinney with the rebound quickly into the front court. He finds Smith.
Smith with it back up top of the key to McKinney. And that one's going to get tipped away. The official state will stay here with Palmyra. Real Net and Twine, located just north of Pittsfield, across from the airport, your local headquarters for concrete lawn ornaments, statues, fountains, and so much more. Stop by and see them in person or call 217-285-5013 for Real Net and Twine, a long-time sponsor here on Central Illinois Sports. As Palmyra holds on to the basketball, they'll get it down to Smith in the corner. He'll fire one up all the way from the sideline. It's no good, and Braden Lister gets the rebound for GP. We have continued to see this throughout the nights of the shootout that we've been around, where kids believe that the black line is the three-point line. That's the men's college line. The high school three-point line is a red line that's, quite frankly, a little bit tough to see on this floor. Bach goes in on the running layup, no good. Booker will get the rebound. The white line that you see on your television screen is the college women's line. Austin will fire one up. It's no good. It goes over the top of the backboard and out of bounds to Palmyra. But Damon, it's like you said, a college floor, a little bit of a different shooting environment here, and the kids instinctively see that black line, especially when the area inside the arc is all stained. It makes you feel like that's where you're supposed to shoot from.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I'm not a big fan of the paint, like the brown on the floor. I'd just soon see it one color myself, but...
Nice toss down into Hammond. He'll go up with it and get a quick score. Bach with another dime. Hammond with the deuce.
Hammond's got 6. Quickly into the front court. Woodward finds Cajun Austin. He'll take a long three from behind that green line. It is up and no good. And Mason Smith with the rebound for the Panthers.
Half a minute left to go here in the third, as Rogers will get caught with his hand in the cookie jar.
Rogers second. Not a bad foul there, as Mason Smith was pushing quickly into the front court, and the Panthers were going to have numbers. Kirk back in. Booker takes a seat. 31.4 seconds to play. The Panthers can hold for one as the shot clock is off.
Smith with it. One-handed pass into Bach. Back out to McKinney, top of the key. Tate Hammond flashing around that short corner. They'll work the basketball into Smith inside. Goes up to the left side, gets fouled, and Mason Smith will head to the free throw line for 2 more.
They'll get either Kirk or Lister on that one. Foul's going to go against Kirk. That'll be his second. And Mason Smith will go to the line for this Panther squad.
One of the things we've seen out of the past couple of years, Damon, from Mason Smith, this is a kid that can score in bunches, and like you said earlier, he just doesn't have to anymore. We've seen this kid score as many as 40 points in a basketball game, even as a sophomore. Very talented, aggressive scorer, but things just a little bit more comfortable for him now as he knocks down both free throws. They've got 48 on the board. Your friendly statistician here might have accidentally put 2 more up early. So we'll keep it here at 48 as Woodward drives in, and he'll get fouled and go to the free throw line.
Foul's going to be whistled against McKinney. Be his second. Woodward back to the line for Griggsville-Perry.
Pike County Express is your local family-owned newspaper serving Pike County since 1991. Check it out each Wednesday on a newsstand near you. That's Robin Otker's great team at Pike County Express.
First one for Woodward was short off the front of the iron, no good. And now they've got 50 up on the board.
There
Brian.
we go. Now we'll switch it as well. 50-23 our score as Woodward eyes up the second. 22 points in a losing effort against Pittsfield the other night. He'll knock that one down to make it 24.
McKinney gets the shot off at the buzzer. It is up and no good, and that will do it for quarter number 3.
Palmyra 50, Griggsville-Perry 24. We've got fourth quarter play-by-play coming up your way here in 60 seconds.
I'm Chris Nichols with PCRE Real Estate and Auction here in Pittsfield. For 15 years now, I've been specializing in selling farmland and hunting properties, along with homes and commercial real estate. Whether it's helping a seller get a premium price out of their home or assisting a buyer to find the farm of their dreams, I pride myself on providing elite customer service. Give me a call today at 217-473-3777 if I can help with any of your real estate needs, or feel free to jump on our website at pcrerealestate.com.
The caring and experienced professionals at Hamilton Funeral Homes are here to support you through this difficult time. We offer a range of personalized services to suit your family's wishes and requirements. You can count on us to help you plan a personal, lasting tribute to your loved one, and will carefully guide you through the many decisions that must be made during this challenging time. You're welcome to call us at any time of the day, any day of the week. Visit our funeral home in person or on the web at hamiltonfuneralhome.com. Call 217-593-6517.
We are going to get the battery changed on our transmitter here in just a second, so give us a second to get fired back up on the feed. We are a little bit of a different view here as we get it back for you. Thank you so much. We are having to work with a camera that's just a little bit further away from us, Damon, than we're used to for our broadcasts, as they've got us set up here in the corner perch at John Wood Community College, our camera stationed in the middle. Thanks to Eric Lister for picking up on that for us. Griggsville-Perry will get the basketball to start the fourth frame here as they'll work the basketball in. Little lob play doesn't work, and getting the rebound will be Mason Smith for Palmyra.
When things aren't falling, they're just not ear night, as Woodward struggled from the free throw line, had a close look right there, couldn't get it to go.
They'll try to lob it to Smith again, gets undercut and good. What a tough take there for Mason Smith to knock one down, as may have got a foul that didn't get called, but Palmyra up big here. Rush with it, they'll get it to Woodward, back to Lister. They work it around to Cajun Austin here to Flint Kirk, who's outside the arc now. Try to get Kirk on the pick and roll. It's no good and stolen away by McKinney. They'll get it up to Smith. He'll get the transition layup. And Palmyra on a roll here to start things in the fourth quarter.
That'll be a running clock the rest of the way in this one.
30 points will trigger the running clock here in the fourth quarter. As Austin with the basketball for Griggsville-Perry. They will stop the clock in the instance of a timeout, player injury, or if a player fouls out with 5 fouls. Working the basketball down into the hands of Shepard. He's got it in the short corner, and they say he'll take an extra step and travel with it. It'll be a turnover against the Panthers.
That wireless transmitter is a good experience for the Quincy shootout that will be next month.
We will be there live for the entire Quincy shootout. Folks, we encourage you to buy tickets and be there in person. You will see players who will eventually be in the association, as they call it. That means they're a professional basketball player in the NBA.
Now's the time of night where we have to try to learn a new set of names, Brian.
We'll try and catch up with everyone here. Bryant Horstmeyer is a 6-foot sophomore, number 5 for Palmyra, along with Braden Smith, who's back into the contest. Also, Rafe Jones, a 6'1 junior forward, wears number 42. And also in the game, Rayson Miller, a 6'1 junior guard, number 4. We may have already said that he was in the contest. Cade Lehman also back in here for Palmyra as well.
Lehman's going to be whistled for that foul, and it'll send Quentin Booker to the line. Booker's out on the floor for Griggsville-Perry, along with Hunter Brown, Mario Rogers, Kason Brown, and Aaron Kerfman.
Aaron Kerfman, the 5'8 sophomore, wears number 30. Kason Brown, 5'8 freshman, number 24. Hunter Brown has been in the contest previously here tonight, as Booker misses the first. Griggsville-Perry will turn around here Monday night. They will host Greenfield Northwestern, who has been a little bit of a surprise so far, Damon. They will be the 3 seed at the Winchester Invitational Tournament after winning the North Green Spartan Classic. They've defeated Calhoun twice now, and a little bit of a surprise run from Joey Pembroke's team to start the season.
And that will be a conference game. The Greenfield Northwestern squad knocked off Griggsville-Perry at the North Green Tournament as a steal for the Panthers.
It's Horstmeyer with it. We hope we are getting that name right. Horstmeyer, and he'll get this basket.
Yep. Of course, that game at the North Green Tournament, Griggsville-Perry was without Logan Finsick. They will be without him again on Monday night due to a concussion as Hunter Brown streaks to the bucket. He'll put the shot up, and he gets his first 2 points of the contest.
Nice little give and go there from Booker to get the basket. As crossing the timeline is Horstmeyer. He'll work the basketball over to Braden Smith. Back up top of the key to Cade Lehman. They'll work the basketball into Horstmeyer again. That one goes past. It'll be a steal now. Aaron Kerfman on the run with it. Kerfman, bounce pass over to Rogers. Goes up with the left hand and good. Kerfman to Rogers for 2.
Nice look there for Rogers off the feed from Kerfman.
4 minutes left to go here in this one. We'll wrap things up with the Logan Agri-Service post-game show and get you on your way. Quincy High and Quincy Notre Dame taking on each other tonight in the big crosstown showdown. That one should be firing up in just a few minutes from Blue Devil Gym. Our good friend Brock Hampsmeyer and WGEM have the call for you. Cross-court pass. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Lehman with it. They try to work it inside. Instead, it's stolen away by Booker. Another turnover here for Palmyra. Hunter Brown with the basketball. Down into the corner. Kason Brown will fire one up. He knocks it just a little bit short of the rim, and the rebound comes down to Braden Smith. Surveys the scene. Nothing there down court, so he'll toss it into Horstmeyer. This Palmyra team is a force to be reckoned with. There are some nice teams in Northeast Missouri. I have seen Canton, Missouri play personally, not during one of our broadcasts here. They've got a fantastic 6'8" forward. They are a tough team. Monroe City, who we saw last night, take on Payson Seymour. Another tough team from Northeast Missouri as the basketball will go out of bounds GP's way.
Flint Kirk back in for Griggsville-Perry.
And Jackson Gibson checking in for Palmyra, 5'11" sophomore guard, number 3. Griggsville-Perry will be the 9th seed in that Winchester Invitational tournament that we told you about. They will take on the top seed, Route Catholic, in the Breakfast at Winchester game at 9 a.m. on the opening day of the tournament.
That'll be a quick turnaround for the Tornadoes as they will play the West Central Cougars the night before that game, a game they will host at the Nick in Griggsville.
That is a tough back-to-back night for any team to get to face Route Catholic and West Central on back-to-back evenings. Don't care who you are.
Have about a 12-hour turnaround by the time the game ends on Friday night.
For Palmyra, it's Horstmeyer with the basketball. They'll get it quickly on a high pass, goes over the head of Miller, and Gibson able to chase it down. 7 seconds left on the shot clock, less than 2 minutes to go in this one. They drive in. Somebody's got to get the basketball up. It's Jones with it, and they say he will not get it off before time expires. It'll be a turnover on the shot clock violation.
Kason Brown back in for Griggsville-Perry.
We've only seen a few of those shot clock violations in rare instances here throughout the shootout. And, of course, Damon, shot clock will be mandatory across the land of Lincoln coming up next year.
And we will see it at that Winchester Invitational Tournament that we talked about. So good opportunity for these squads to get some experience with that shot clock.
A lot of shootouts, a lot of tournaments starting to utilize it as we get ready for the implementation of it next year. Whether you're a fan of it or not, that's another argument for another day. As Kason Brown's 3 is no good. Flint Kirk gets the offensive rebound. He gets blocked by Braden Smith. A minute and change left to go. Basketball tipped out, taken away by Palmyra. This is Gibson with it on the run. He goes up, right-handed layup up and good for Jackson Gibson. And we'll get a foul in the backcourt here as Rayson Miller will get whistled for the call.
That'll be Miller's second. Lister back into the contest. Kirk will take a seat.
Been a hard night for Flint Kirk. He has had to battle some tough defense inside, not gotten as many touches as they would probably like to get this offense going for Griggsville-Perry. Lister with it, he'll fire one up. No good. Hunter Brown tries to get it. It goes right to the official. He says, let's play on with 20 seconds left. Palmyra will improve to 8-1. Griggsville-Perry will fall to 5-4 on the season, as Palmyra will dribble this one out. It'll be the Panthers picking up a win at the Rumble on the River. A 58-30 win over Griggsville-Perry as we've reached the Logan Agri-Service postgame show. We'll step aside, get you some final stats, name our player of the game, and more. Don't go anywhere. We're wrapping up this one here on Central Illinois Sports.
At Logan Agri-Service, we understand your success starts from the ground up. That's why we've been your trusted partner in agriculture since 1962. From top quality seed and cover crops to fertilizer, crop protection chemicals, and petroleum products, we have you covered. At Logan Ag, we take pride in providing you quality products at competitive prices with service that exceeds expectations. Call us today at 1-800-LOGAN-AG or visit loganag.com.
Damon Plumbing, serving all of Pike County and the surrounding area with quality residential and commercial plumbing services. Make sure you include the Damon guys to get it right the first time. Residential and commercial, new builds, or existing. Call Braden at 217-491-5415 or Doug at 217-617-2318. Damon Plumbing, recommended by our family for your family. Camp Point Central Sports are proud to have Dear Western Grain as a sponsor of this broadcast. Dear Western Grain, there for you for all your grain and feed needs. Why don't you give them a call and check out all the locations of Dear Western Grain? With locations in Golden, Paloma, Mount Sterling, Clayton, La Prairie, Liberty, Industry, Carthage, and Blandonsville. For more information, call Dear Western Grain Services 696-4461. That's 696-4461, or on the web at dearwesterngrain.com.
Welcome you back here on the Logan Agri-Service postgame show where Palmyra defeats Griggsville-Perry 58-30. Logan Agri-Service with locations in Griggsville and Winchester in Illinois, Knox City, Wayland, Monticello, and Paris in Missouri. Call 217-833-2375 for Ed and his experienced team at Logan Agri-Service. It's been all Palmyra here tonight as Damon Emmerich has a look at your final statistics.
Well, taking a look, after one quarter, Palmyra had a 22-11 lead. They outscored Griggsville-Perry 12-2 in the second quarter to take a 34-13 lead into the half. 50-24 after three quarters. They extended that lead out to as many as 32 points in the fourth quarter before settling in for a 58-30 victory in this one. Griggsville-Perry in the contest, 15 turnovers, just 5 of 18 from the free throw line. Scoring for the Tornadoes, 2 points for Hunter Brown, 3 points apiece for Quentin Booker, Garrett Woodward, and Braden Lister. 4 points for Cajun Austin and Flint Kirk. Mario Rogers with 5 points, and Brody Rush leads the way for Griggsville-Perry with 6 points. The Panther squad in this one finished the contest shooting 6 of 6 from the free throw line, led by as many as 32 points in this one. They led from start to finish in the ballgame. 2 points apiece for Horsemeyer and Gibson. 4 points for Shepard. 6 points for Hammond. McKinney with 7. White with 8. Bach with 13 points. And the MVP in this contest, Mason Smith, finishes with 16 points in the ballgame.
We'll take one last break here on the Logan Agri-Service postgame show. When we come back, it's the Edward Jones Financial Advisor Player of the Game. You're watching high school basketball from Rumble on the River here live on Central Illinois Sports.
One size fits all. That may be all right for an adjustable belt or cheap sunglasses, but when it comes to your financial needs, no one wants a one-size-fits-all strategy. Derek Harris is your Pike and Adams County area Edward Jones Financial Advisor. Derek Harris's most important goals are yours. That's why Derek will take the time to understand your needs so he can recommend personalized strategies with your goals in mind. Contact Derek Harris today at 217-222-7173. Knowing you, that's how Edward Jones makes sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Press Yours On You would like to wish all the area teams the best of luck this season. If you're looking to get team shirts or spirit wear for yourself, remember Press Yours On You. We have over 1,400 square feet of retail space, so pop in and see what we have to offer. Decoration methods we offer include screen printing, embroidery, laser engraving, and banners. The Walker family has proudly owned and operated Press Yours On You for over 18 years. Being a small-town business, our goal is customer satisfaction. We would like to thank everyone who has supported us. As always, thank you for supporting local.
Welcome to Douglas Automotive and Tire, your expert truck and car repair center in Pittsfield, Illinois. We provide full service from oil changes to new tires and everything in between. Contact us today to schedule service. We're located at 303 West Jefferson Street in Pittsfield, Illinois. Call 217-922-0064. That's 217-922-0064. Britton and the gang know cars, and if you need repairs, call Douglas Automotive today for all your repairs.
Time to name our player of the game, brought to you by Derek Harris, your Edward Jones Financial Advisor. Financial investments are important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement that our young athletes receive from coaches, teachers, and parents and mentors. Derek Harris, your Edward Jones Financial Advisor, understands this, and that's why Derek Harris proudly sponsors the player of the game on Central Illinois Sports. Well, the MVP of the game, which is voted upon by staff members here at the Rumble on the River, was given to Mason Smith. Damon Emmerich, you and I really like the play of Hudson Bach here. The young sophomore put up some really tough shots here has some nice court vision with some dandy passes. A great player, and I think we're going to name him as our player of the game here tonight on Central Illinois Sports.
Yeah, Hudson Bach led the Palmyra Panthers squad with 13 points, second highest score in this one, but did a really good job, just played under control. Nice job getting his team set into an offense, really spaced the floor well, was able to hit a shot from outside, and then we saw him make a couple of tough step-back jumpers in this one. Brian really impressed us, and just overall an impressive performance from Brian Ray's Palmyra Panthers squad this evening.
Palmyra gets the win. Griggsville-Perry will come back after the loss for a conference game against Greenfield Northwestern on Monday night at the Nick. Well, that wraps up our coverage here from the Rumble on the River. We thank you so very much for watching high school basketball with us tonight. For Eric Lister, who was so kind to run our camera, for Damon Emmerich on statistics and color, I'm Brian Shoemaker. We're so very happy, humbled, and honored that you spent part of your Saturday night watching high school hoops with us. Enjoy your Christmas holiday, ladies and gentlemen. We will see you next time here on Central Illinois Sports.